I just tested the Tik Gain app, and within 2 minutes, it told me that I've earned $26 just by watching short videos. Sounds amazing, right? Well, you need to be aware that apps like this are not always as great as they look like at first. So you need to make sure to dig deeper, and I will do exactly that in this Tik Gain app review. I'll show you the exact results of my test, including the payment proof they sent me, and reveal all the important details to help you find out if this is the right opportunity for you or not. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael, and I have tested hundreds of different ways to make money online over the past 10 years, and I share both the great and the not so great methods here to help you find the right opportunities for you. And today we are taking a closer look at an app called Tik Gain that many of you have actually asked me about. It claims you can earn money simply by watching short videos, and on the surface it definitely looks super easy, but is it really? I'll walk you through exactly what happens when you sign up, how the earning system works, the clever trick the app uses to hook people in, and what others are saying about their experiences. And by the end you'll know if this is worth your time or just another scam disguised as an earning app. So let's start by going over who can join, and Tik Gain is an app that is only available, from what I can see, on Android devices, but it doesn't say exactly which countries it's available in, but it looks like it's available in more or less all countries. But before joining, please watch this full video so you know exactly what to expect. And I will now log in, and then I will show you all the details. I have now logged into the Tik Gain app, and one thing you just need to be aware of, that even before you're actually creating an account, there will be ads showing. This is something that's always a bad sign, in my opinion, from all the apps that I have tested. I have tested hundreds of them, that it's really annoying when they put ads before you even join. But you know, there are some decent sites or apps that are actually doing that, so I still gave it the benefit of the doubt. And when you first come, it looks quite decent. You can just watch these different ads or different videos here. It's a little bit buggy. Sometimes it freezes, and then you have to jump back and forth, and then it will start again. Sometimes they won't, but then when you're just watching it, once in a while when you watch a full video, then you will get a chance to watch an ad, or you will have to watch an ad, and that's how coins will then be added up here. And there's also all the ways you can click different things, different bonuses here. You can see you can go to this section here and watch some ads. So I can just click here and watch an ad, and then I can earn some extra coins also. So I'll just let this ad play, and then I'll just be right back. So the ad now finished, and then you can see I'll actually get the coins, and the coins will be added in to my account. I can go back here and I can see it's up here, and then to actually get it into dollars, you would have to convert it. You need to actually go to your wallet down here, you need to click it, and then you can see there's something called exchange, and that means that I can get it in to dollars. So you can see the amount I have now here, and this amount here, these $26, that's actually something that I earned by just watching these different ads, videos for around 2 minutes in total. Then I exchanged it, and then I had $26. We'll talk about whether that is a good or bad sign in just a bit, because it definitely looks very suspicious. I've tested hundreds of apps and websites, and earning $26 in just 2 minutes by watching a few ads and videos, there's something that doesn't quite add up, but we'll talk more about that later. For now here, if I click to exchange, then I actually have to watch a video ad again to be able to actually exchange the points. So you can see it's very clear that the goal here is to get you to watch as many ads as possible, because that's how they earn. But let me just now finish this ad here, and then we'll talk more about the payout options. And I will also show you the payment email I actually got from them when I withdrew the first time, and talk about why this is not necessarily actually a good thing. So you can see, supposedly I just earned this much here in my account. I didn't really spend much more time there. I had earned a little bit, watched a few ads, things like this, watched a few videos before I started recording again. But now I supposedly have this much here in my account. It definitely looks amazing, but let's now then talk about how to get paid if we go to the withdrawal section. Because here you can see there are different options, and there's supposedly PayPal, Visa, MasterCard. And the payout threshold is $100. That in itself is a huge red flag, because I have tested hundreds of free earning apps and websites, and I have never actually seen a legit site that has a payout threshold of $100. I have a couple of times seen one with $50 threshold or $30, or maybe sometimes $25, but most of them, they have something 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 maximum. $100, it's always a huge red flag. But the thing is, the first time you withdraw, it's only 1 cent. So I had earned 1 cent, and I actually clicked to withdraw it, and I will just then show you the email now I got from PayPal here on my screen. And you can see I actually got the email here from them from PayPal that it went into my account. But then suddenly it was not 1 cent, it was actually 1 euro, which is my local currency, which is way less than 1 cent. So, that's one thing that's a little bit confusing, but I really was suspicious. I looked a lot at it. I looked at the email, everything. It looks like it's actually real, that they actually do pay. I'll be transparent and honest and say I actually didn't use my real PayPal account because I did not trust them after looking at it. Again, I have a lot of experience, but everything actually looks like they did pay. And when I look at what others say also, that the first time you can actually cash out. But in my opinion, this is actually mainly a trick. Yes, it looks like you actually can get paid. And if you have used it before, I would love to hear your opinion and experience about this. But it's just so weird that they have a payout threshold of 1 cent the first time and then it jumps to $100. Something like that should really raise a red flag for you whenever you test an app, because clearly it's to just set it so tiny. So 1 cent, they can definitely afford to pay you 1 cent because you will watch a ton of ads and it will hook you. Yes, I got paid. And here say, go and share a 5-star review in the App Store. And people might get so excited. I got paid within like a minute or something like that. And they don't look at the amount there. And then it jumps to $100. And people say, well, if they paid that 1 cent, they will also pay $100. Well, that's not necessarily actually true. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So the thing is that in my experience also here, that the closer you get to the payout threshold of $100, not the first 1 cent, it doesn't matter for them to pay 1 cent to then get you to watch a ton of ads, but it's get harder and harder to actually earn the closer you get to the payout threshold. And if you go to the Google Play page and you go through the reviews, you can see a lot of people say this also. It says here, for example, you see it gives a lot of coin at first, and then as you get closer, you really start earning less and less. And also here it says they make it so hard to earn. For example, it drops from earning around 6,000 points to basically earning half a coin when you get closer to the limit. A lot of people are saying this, so that's one thing to be aware of. And this is also my experience with apps like this. When there are so many red flags, then there's definitely something to be aware of. But there are also many 5-star reviews, but as I also showed here, they also do actually send this PayPal email address and encourage people to do that. So some of them are also for that. And in general, also be aware that on Google Play, on Trustpilot or whatever, just because they're 5 stars or 1-star reviews, it doesn't necessarily always mean that they're legit or real, because it can be faked. So always be critical if something is too positive reviews or too negative, because it can be manipulated both ways, even though the platforms say they do what they can to actually prevent that, but it can't completely be prevented. So that's just another thing to keep in mind. So overall, in my opinion and experience, Tik Gain is basically just an app that wants you to watch ads, because that's how they earn. It seems that they will actually pay you a tiny amount at first to hook you, but then you will likely never reach the $100 payout threshold. And if you should manage to reach it, I cannot even imagine how many hours and days and potentially weeks, a month that you would have to spend to do that. So based on my years of experience testing ways to earn money online, you just need to be realistic, and there are some huge red flags here. One of them is the exaggerated earnings at first and how it then drops, and the extremely high payout threshold. In my opinion, definitely not worth the time to try to reach that $100 payout threshold, because there are just too many red flags. If you have another opinion, other experiences, feel free to share them below, but this is based on just critical analysis and many years of experience testing online earning methods. In general, you need to be realistic when it comes to watching ads and videos online, and it is one of the least effective ways to earn. You have to be aware of that. There are legit apps that allow that. I, for example, have one list on my website. I'll leave a link to that below, of the best apps where you can earn by watching videos. You can check that out for platforms that I know are actually paying, that I have been paid by, and that have existed for years and paid members out for years. But again, be aware, if you're just using these watching videos or watching ads options, you will really not earn a lot of money online. And it's very important to understand there is no magic way to earn $10, $20, $50 a day, or even a couple of dollars a day watching videos. It takes a lot of patience and time, and that's very important to understand, because a lot of people have wrong expectations with this kind of earning methods. But if you really want to try this earning method, I will leave this link here to my website below so you can go and check that out. And also, if you have any questions, just ask in a comment below and I will make sure to get back to you. And finally, if the video helped you, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.